Matt Piscatella has just dropped PlayStation's top earning games over the last 30 years in terms of sales and dollars. And as you guys can see, Call of Duty has absolutely dominated the PlayStation brand. I mean, does exclusives matter anymore? You know, let me say this first before I talk my shit. I like exclusives. I appreciate it when exclusives, Xbox had their games exclusive, PlayStation had their games exclusives, and we know Xbox is multi-platform now. PlayStation is headed that way. Nintendo is the only ones that's not doing the multi-platform stuff at the moment. But when you see a list like this, you're like, damn, does exclusives really matter? Have they ever mattered? I mean, this is a valid question. We have to ask this question. Look at this list. Call of Duty has dominated the PlayStation brand for the last 30 years. And we know Call of Duty wasn't around 30 years ago. But just looking at this list, you see how much Call of Duty has dominated PlayStation. Now, when PlayStation fanboys go out there and say, yeah, COD needs PlayStation, looking at this list, you're damn right they do. Holy shit. Call of Duty is crazy. Look at this franchise. Now, we all know if GTA was a annual franchise, they would be dominating. But GTA last game came out in 2013. So we know GTA is a monster. But if you look at this list, on the left, there are the dollars that's been made through these games on PlayStation. And as you see, GTA 5 is number one. But look at all of the Call of Duty on this list. Now, on the right side is the units sold, how much the game has sold. And Call of Duty is dominating that also. There are a few PlayStation exclusives over there, like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, The Last of Us, God of War. But the majority is multi-platform games. Multi-plat. The PlayStation is the multi-plat box. It's the box that the casuals buy. PlayStation fanboys cannot go out there and say stupid shit like, yeah, people are buying PlayStation 5s for their exclusive.
You lying ass bitch.
No, they're not. They're buying PlayStations for Call of Duty. And listen, I saw guys saying, yeah, man, well, Xbox they're not the reason for this. Of course, Xbox isn't the reason that Call of Duty is such a hit, but Xbox bought them. So now they get to benefit from all of Call of Duty previous success. And if we want to talk about how Xbox comes into play with this, you look at Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is a Call of Duty game that came out last year. If you look on the left side, when it comes to the money, Call of Duty was the fifth most popular game when it comes to money on the PlayStation brand in the last 30 years. The game came out last damn October of 2024, but yet and still it was fifth most as far as the dollars made. And if you look at the right side, it is number 11th, the best-selling game on the PlayStation brand of all time over the last 30 years. Now, when you cannot tell me that Call of Duty is not a beast, an absolute beast. Remember when Jim Ryan said that we would not recover? We would not recover if Xbox purchases Call of Duty. I understand it now. I get it. They were scared to death that Xbox is going to make Call of Duty exclusive. And I gotta be honest, guys. When this ABK deal first started, some of us Xbox guys was like, yeah, they're gonna make Call of Duty exclusive. No way in hell was Xbox ever going to make Call of Duty exclusive. Do you see how much this game, this franchise, has dominated the PlayStation brand over the last 30 years? Oh my God. I mentioned already how PlayStation fanboys would tell everybody exclusives is the reason that people is buying the PlayStation. No, exclusives is not the reason people are buying PlayStation consoles. Exclusives are the reason people buy Nintendo consoles. Exclusives are not the reason people buy Xbox consoles. Now, maybe back in the original Xbox or the PS2 days, maybe so back then. But hell, I take that back. According to this list, not even then. This is the last 30 years. So exclusives they're a big thing, but at the same time, they don't matter like they used to, man. This list tells you all you need to know. All you need to know. Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Red Dead Redemption, Minecraft, all of these multi-platform games. There's a couple of exclusives sprinkled in here, but we see what is dominating, and that's Call of Duty. So like I mentioned, PlayStation guys wanted to go out there and say that, yeah, Call of Duty isn't their bread and butter. You don't believe me? I have a receipt. I remember having this discussion with King Thrash on Twitter. I was talking about how Call of Duty has dominated PlayStation, and this is a couple years ago. And he responded, it's not their bread and butter. It's just a lot of free money. They make more with their own games. COD needs Sony, period. They make the majority of their money from PlayStation gamers. Sony makes the majority of their money through their exclusives.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man.
I, of course, responded, said, name me one PlayStation first-party game that makes Sony more money than COD does on an annual basis. And he never responded because he's an idiot. Yes, COD does need Sony. I will tell you that. He was right about that part because they make a lot of money off of PlayStation gamers. But Sony doesn't make the majority of their money through their exclusives. Look at this list. They make the majority of their money through third-party games. Specifically, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty. Look, man, this is just a different time now where exclusives don't matter as much as they used to. Third party dominates. I tell people all of the time, the PlayStation 5, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1 was the console that the casuals chose. The only exception was the 360 generation where the casuals chose the 360 over the PS3. But just look at how this franchise dominates. And for those people that want to go out there and say, oh, Call of Duty is dying. I already mentioned how Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the game that came out last year, is number 5 in dollars made for the PlayStation and number 11 in units sold. This is over 30 years of history, guys. 30 freaking years. And there was some PlayStation guys that said some crazy stuff not too long ago. I remember Jay Barry said, Call of Duty is dead to me once Xbox fully owns it.
Hold up! What is this shit?
Well, Jay Barry, it might be dead to you, but it's definitely not dead to millions of PlayStation fans out there. They continue to buy the game. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 will be no exception. Modern Warfare 4 that comes out next year will be no exception. This franchise is a beast. And for all those guys that said Battlefield is going to destroy Call of Duty, I don't see a Battlefield game anywhere on this fucking list. I don't see it. Battlefield can't compete with Call of Duty, guys. And it's not going to compete with Call of Duty. Then I remember when JTech TV said, I would not be giving my money to Xbox through PlayStation. Listen, JTech, you don't have to. But there are millions of other PlayStation fans that is doing that exact thing, sir. So this is some very interesting information. Call of Duty franchise, man, it has dominated the PlayStation brand. And I would love to see an Xbox list. I'm sure Call of Duty has dominated Xbox also the last 25 to 30 years. No doubt about it. This franchise is huge. One of the reasons Microsoft bought the damn franchise because they knew it was so dominant. Man, I don't know what else to say. PlayStation fanboys, some of you guys with your narrative saying that the reason PlayStation sells so well is because of the exclusives. This list right here destroys every single narrative about you guys' exclusives. Every single narrative. And where's The Last of Us 2 in this list? Where's God of War Ragnarok? Where's Horizon Zero Dawn? I don't see their big bangers. I see Spider-Man. I see The Last of Us 1. That was, of course, a remaster in the PS4 generation. I see God of War 2018. But that's it. That's it. The rest of this shit is multi-platform games, bro. We love our exclusives. It's all about our exclusives. Shut up. I don't want to hear that shit. It's over, man. Just admit, PlayStation going multi-platform is probably going to benefit them. We know Xbox is going multi-platform. It's benefiting them already. Look, man, Call of Duty is a monster franchise. People can hate the game all they want to, but at the end of the day, this franchise is a beast, an absolute beast. But look, I gotta go. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you happen to stumble across my channel, you think I'm decent enough, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And if you subscribe, please hit that notification bell to know when my black ass is doing some new content, baby. All right, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shit. Damn, man.